The boobs are back? Okay, yeah, so it's more than just a boob thing again, which everyone seems to think this is. It's, sure, you want Tifa and her good boobies and all that sort of thing, and you don't want to, and you have, it's kind of hard not to make it a boob thing when you have, companies sitting there calling, just like with DOA 6, now with this, sitting there saying women with breasts aren't women. So, women with larger sweater mamas, is that what you young kids call them nowadays? We just call them breasts, sir. Oh, okay. So, clearly, the attack on breasts and Japanese design and companies continue. Because remember, what this is, it's all about control. They can't control, like Japanese anime and manga. They're doing a good job with gaming so far, but even still, the West is like, we need to control everything. But apparently, Dissidia Final Fantasy NT reveals Tifa with her classic design. So today, Square Enix announced a new character for the Dissidia NT and for its arcade counterpart, Dissidia Final Fantasy, and that's Tifa. Make an appearance in the arcade version June 27th. Home version of PS4, and PC July 13th. The design is, not the one that's in the remake, but the classic design. So, it seems very interesting. It's like, now wait a minute, where was the ethics department for this one? I mean, like this looks perfectly fine. I mean, it's the same thing. Again, you don't need urinalists, to sit there and make an article about how sports bras work. It's like, anyone knows that. Maybe you journalists, in quotations, need to know how to do journalism, because you clearly cannot, because, journalism's pretty much dead nowadays. But it has nothing to do with the breasts. It has to do with the fact that they put the sports bra there, they say, to restrain from bouncing, to cover up the cleavage, and the stockings, the leggings on her, because we can't show legs and all that stuff there. Which, I got nothing against stockings, that's always a good look, but it just seems to me like, boy, they're adding more clothing to her to cover up parts. And again, realistically, we don't want her boobs flopping around everywhere, bouncing around everywhere, her poor back, the poor boobs probably hitting her in the face. Hell, she can probably knock someone out with their boobs. We all know we've seen stuff like that. But we can't have that happen while she's going around punching and battling, and mashing and monsters and... But, other characters like Cloud, again, can have, like, a giant sword, and just, go to town with no problems and all the other stuff in there, because realism only matters when it comes to women and their breasts. So, it's just kind of funny. So, there's all these people talking about this. The trailer, here, wow, okay, she looks pretty good. Like, it's the same thing. Just without, I mean, why couldn't they have done this? Again, it's not about just the breasts. It's... because the new design still looks fine. It's just, obviously, especially, it's the reason behind it, because they're sitting there saying it's an ethic problem. And everyone says that was mistranslated. But then, clearly, there isn't mistranslation, because when you go look through it, it clearly is. And then, why was it bad for the remake, but okay for this? Because in this, the breasts look like they're fuller out because they're not repressed. And so in this version, it's okay for her tits to be bouncing around while she's fighting? So does this version not care about realism? And of course, with this, she looks good in both forms. It looks really good, but it's nice to see that that this is basically kind of proof that, these slight little changes to make it look like the original design proves that this ethics department thing is a little BS. We all know who the puppet on the strings, is, and it's Sony again, because you have these other companies that don't give a rat's ass, but then Sony, with the Final Fantasy thing, are probably like, hey, you guys need to, because anything that isn't westernized breasts is bad. If anything, could you make those breasts maybe a little smaller, make them more like a child? Because over here in the West, we're promoting that like crazy. Japan and video games, anime, and manga, that's the problem. While the UN is sitting there bopping little kids. But anyway... So, and then you can't have that without the complaints from, people who probably don't even play the game or are just looking for the attention. Why are you man babies complaining? See, you got her boobies and you incels still are complaining? I just don't get it. If you want to fap to Tifa, you can just look up the hentai video of her getting a tit jab. There's no one complaining here but you. So, so I think it's funny, you still got people like that. Then you got comments that everyone's like, agreeing. I agree with this. Like, so here they clearly don't have a problem with the original outfit. What for did they change it for the remake then? Skirt, that thing she is now wearing any day of the week, but her tits seem moving smaller in size somehow? I want to see somebody going for, it's because of a sports bra excuse now. The ethics department are full at work recently, huh? It's like, yeah, I mean, you can't use the excuse of it's the sports bra, it's the ethics department again, that everyone's trying to go, mistranslated. The leather miniskirt, no leggings covering up the legs. Again, I like the leggings. And then the stuff, her boobs can bounce freely in this game. Ethical realism can go straight to hell. Damn right. And again, it's what obvious is remake Tifa just looks I don't know. I mean, I've seen the images, if you compare them side by side, she does look a little unhealthier. Like, they're trying to make her more real, but she does seem a little bit more on the skinnier stick side. They want to have more muscle and make her look more real, but she does to this makes her look more healthier and more of a glow, and I don't know. It just looks like a better all-over design. Like, they weren't purposely trying to shame and hide everything. So, again, the ethics department, where were you on this? But then, you know, Team Ninja doing their thing, and this speaks to my core values. And everyone, again, it was a translation error, according to, it's like, yeah, but there's still the thing of ethics. How can there be mistranslation when you have this? And then, I don't know. You know, again, ethics department, my ass. I mean, this post has been approved by the Square Enix Department of Ethical Anime Tiddies and Video Games. Has it been? Because, well, I guess this one has been, but, you know. So, it's just kind of funny. You know, why people are kind of pissed off, you know, the Japanese, more than us people here in the West and the US and all that, are pissed about Square Enix's new outfit. I mean, when you see this new trailer and this look here, this is why. It works as this. It could have been like, this is respectful, this is still nice. I mean, they don't have to be like all over the place. This looks really good. Her design actually looks more real here, and it looks good. Instead of, I mean, this looks realistic. And not trying to shame them and hide them and, you know, cover them up completely. I mean, both designs look good, but this one here looks like, damn, this one actually looks like how it should be. But again, where's that ethics department for this one? Unless they were all trying to make up stuff like DOA 6, where they said, you know, women with large breasts are evil and unrealistic, and we're not going to have this in there, and then give you all that downloadable stuff there. Maybe it's stuff like that again. But yeah, so yeah, the ethics committee, you know, where were your ethics on this one? She looks pretty good here. I can't believe this is amazing. Everyone's going, both sides going crazy over it. Just having fun with this. I can't believe the boobies are back. So, Tifa in this version is free to flop around everywhere she wants, just like Cloud can swing his big sword all around at everything. So, yay, good news. Who gives a damn? All in all, it's censorship. People say it's not, but this is censorship. And it's because of this weird thing that, you know, fictional women are bad when there's worse things going on in the world. I think this is good news, though. Yay! Another news. One artist, again, sitting there going after, you know, the Nessa stuff, changing it, lining the skin tone, when she sits there and makes darker versions of characters herself. The hypocrisy never ends, folks. And then again, she harasses those people, and then when they, you know, fight back, she reports and tells all her people to falsely flag and report people on their Twitter accounts, which, you know, that should be against the, you know, rules, but sitting there going, criticizing this person back for her bullying is not against the rules, but this person telling people, hey, go report these people because I said so, and because I'm the victim, even though I started everything, type of stuff again. Don't you just love how the insanity in the West just continues? Just in keep enjoying anime, waifus, 2D, boobies, thighs, butts, you name it. Enjoy it. Even enjoy Cloud's big, swing, dangling, big old sword. Later. Keep it fappening.